Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day, if there are any. Just a quick one. Apologies for the video yesterday. It looks like it froze during the recording, and it uploaded like that. So hopefully today we won't have any technical glitches. Okay. So let's jump right into it. Today, looking at Forex Factory, so we know that this week there's not much news going on. Okay, so today we do have core PPI for the USD. That would be at 1:30 UK time. So let's jump into the charts. Let's see what we can expect and what has been happening. So price on the daily, we've had this switch, okay, with a break of structure right there. After a break of structure, we expect a pullback on that time frame, and then right there we had a change of character, okay, and then prices started pulling back. Now we've mitigated this area of supply, so if the bearish trend is to continue, then we expect some kind of reaction or price to turn and continue the bearish trend from here. Otherwise, it can still continue upwards, and all of these areas, they have been mitigated somewhat. So all of these areas have been mitigated, including the extreme. So this may be the only other area. Okay, so if this area fails, then price might continue to this area as well and continue the bearish trend if it is to continue. Otherwise, if it continues bullish and breaks the high, then the trend will have broken and will be now bullish. But that's a long way from happening at the moment. So currently price is in this supply zone on the daily. Okay. For the pound, the daily trend is still bullish. The swing trend is still bullish. Internal is bearish. Okay. We've had a break of structure internally, and then after break of structure, we expect price to push back up, and then we had our change of character right there, and then prices continued bullish, mitigated this supply area, and that's where price currently is. So it's the same thing. Right now we're simply waiting either for price to respect this area, okay, and push lower, or if this area fails, price could continue and then maybe mitigate this area and then finally push lower. Okay, we still have supply at the top. Okay, well, however, this is a weak high. Okay, so we do not expect this to hold. So right now we'll be expecting price to continue bullish to take out the weak high. Okay, so this would be in alignment with the fact that we're assuming that the swing trend, right, that the swing trend is continuing bullish and the pullback phase is now complete, and we're now starting to see failure of supply areas. Okay, and price is now willing to continue bullish until it takes out the weak daily swing high. Okay, so let's look at the 4-hour on the Euro USD. So 4-hour on the Euro USD. So this is our swing range. This is our swing low, and then this is also our strong internal low. Okay, and then this is our antenna. Our antenna is shifted bullish. We're expecting price to come in to mitigate this area of supply on the 4-hour. Okay, price has done that. So after break of structure, we do expect some kind of pullback. Okay, this is not a strong pullback or a deep pullback. Okay, so at some point we do expect price possibly to push lower, maybe come down to mitigate some of these areas, at least sweep this low at the bottom right there. So right now price is in this area. So right now price is mitigating that area of supply. Okay, and then we'll have to wait, and then we do have a trend line at the top, so price could also just continue up and sweep this area before maybe giving a reaction, bearish. But we do have this area of supply, so price could also come in, mitigate this, and then we could start looking for longs. So I'm just going to mark this is my current demand. Okay, and then everything else before has been mitigated. So just gonna below. Okay, and then let's look at the 15-minute. Alright, so 15-minute, this is what we have. We had a swing break of structure. With a swing, this has been a large swing, and then price finally broke out of that. Okay. And then we have these structural highs, which can be targeted by price. So these are potential liquidity pools that price can target. Alright, so right now, this is the current range that we're in. Okay, it's current range. The price broke structure right there, broke structure again. So actually my current range is this one. Okay, this is where price broke structure. So as a sense, this is the current range, and then we have liquidity resting at the top right there. So what to expect? So I'm just gonna mark this. Okay. Alright, so so we had our break of structure, and then this is the range that we're in. This is our 4-hour demand. This is our extreme. That is our extreme. Okay. So right now price, so of course we swept these highs. We didn't have much of a pullback. Okay. After break of structure, we do expect some kind of pullback. And a good sign for that pullback would be a change of character. So of course we do have a change of character, but all of this is happening during Asia. Okay. So clear and obvious would be waiting for price to come up, sweep this area here at the top. Then if we get a reaction or confirmation on our time frames, then we look for shorts. Okay. Short term. Right now the trend is definitely bullish. Okay. So we're looking for shorts targeting 3 to 1. If we get that, okay. Otherwise, we could be looking at price possibly coming up. Let's see. Okay, so price could come down, take out these areas. Okay, take out these areas. The price could come out, take out these areas, and then if we get confirmation, all right, then you're looking for longs targeting Asia high or this area at the top, but minimum looking for 3 to 1. Okay, so that was the trade idea for this one. If all of this fails, I mean, once this is swept, then once there's confirmation, then we look for that. If there's no confirmation, then price could still just be willing to tank. Okay, price could just continue dropping, maybe until it mitigates the range somewhere here. Okay, that's also another possibility. So we'll have to see how price develops. Okay, but the expectation is that at least this has to go. Once this goes, then if we have confirmation, either price comes and reaches this area or just sweeps this and then gives confirmation. Okay, either way, we'll then be looking for longs. Okay, targeting either the Asia highs or going for this previous structure high. So that's it for the Euro USD. So let's look at the pound. Looking at the 4H. Alright, so looking at the 4H, this is our internal. This was a strong internal, so we broke, we finally took out, so we had relative equal highs that finally that got taken. We broke structure here. Okay, so now this shifts from being a weak, remove that, from a weak internal to a strong internal, and then this becomes a break of structure. Okay, so this is what we have. It's last POI, and then this is the decisional. So what do we have? Now clearly we do have relative equal lows. Okay, so price could come in to sweep these areas now that we have come into this area of supply. Okay, we've had a break of structure, and this is my current for our demand. Okay, because it caused a break of structure right there. Okay, this is what we have. So let's look at the 15 minutes. So looking at the top, let's see, make this visible, current and below. Okay. Alright. So this is what we have. Alright, so 15 minutes, this was our break. So let's see. That was my swing. So internal. Structures pushed up to here. Okay, so one of these lows. So I'm just gonna remove these areas. And then we have this low. That's now my strong internal low. And then right there, that's my 15 IBOS. Okay. So this is the current range that we are now playing in. Okay. So there's a range low, range high, and that is it. So price has mitigated that 4-hour supply. After break of structure, we do expect price to come back. Right, we do expect price to come back, at least to give a retracement. So one of those signs would be a change of character. So we do have a choke right now, and okay, this is Asia high. But right now, that's what we have. Let's see, do we have a trend line? Not quite. Okay, so I'm not gonna mark that one. But this is what we have. So expectation. Alright, so price has been pushing up strongly. Alright, so we pretty have strong push up, and now we've mitigated this 4-hour supply. Let's see, do we have any structure on the right, on the left, sorry. So on the left we do have, okay, so we do have these highs. We do have this highs, and then we also do have this area right there. Then let me just pull up this fractal area. So we do have that fractal area. We do have that. Just gonna put my alert on that. And then we have right there. Okay, so this is a fractal supply where price is reacting at the moment. Still being respected. Okay, so price is mitigated. Okay, so this is what we have. So price right now is in the area. Okay, so for us to have confirmation that price may be willing to push, okay, that price may be willing to switch bearish, at least, okay, we need to see a break of structure right there. All right, so once we have the break of structure, then this becomes a more valid supply zone. Okay, and then we can look for price to come in, mitigate, and then possibly look for sales if we have confirmation on lower time frames. Okay, if we have confirmation on lower time frames. So as it stands, sales may be the way to go because we are in this high time frame area of supply. Okay, however, this could be a sweep. Okay, price sweeps and then simply continues bullish until it comes up to this area or even takes out this high at the top. Okay, we don't know. Okay, so all we can do is to wait and react to see and react to what price will be doing in real time. So right now it may be just a waiting game. Wait for this low to be taken. Okay, forever convincing candle close. Okay, that means we've broken our internal structure, and then that will be bearish, and then now we'll have price in a supply for our 15-minute internal is shifted bearish and then created a new area of supply. Okay, and then now we could look for shells. If this is a sweep, okay, if this is a sweep and price doesn't close, okay, and then comes back up, all right, then this could be a liquidity grab, and then price may still be willing to push to the top, maybe to this area of supply. Also reminding that this is a Asia high as well. Okay, so yeah, so those are my trade ideas for today. Hopefully the recording is recorded well. Okay, no glitches today. All right, so please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know how you are finding value in this material and how you're using it in your own trading. Otherwise, have a good day, and Working Trader out.